Welcome back. We're gonna get going today. I think we're gonna work on an advanced workshop. Because as much as I like this little workshop, it's very limited and not tied into our main power. So we're gonna go ahead and head over to the site next to the power station. Grab our create bag. And we still have some stuff on the project list. So we might be able to check two things off between storage and advanced workshop today. But yeah, so I started laying stuff out using some dirt just to get an idea on where I wanted to put some stuff. Like over there is going to be our storage area. We're going to have a temporary mechanical crafter set up to make our crushing wheels. And then that will be our crushing wheels, which will feed right into our inventory. Well, storage, I should say. And then over here we'll have our precision mechanism, sturdy sheets. And essentially, we're going to build our advanced workshop over here. We're going to start by planning out the first floor, then we'll box it in, and then we'll move up to the second floor. But also, my grand plan is to be able to use the center point right here as a loading dock. So that way there we can have something come back in and then drive off. But that'll be later. So I guess the first one we're going to deal with is going to be the precision mechanism. So let's go ahead and grab what we need. We'll need our wrench for sure. Oop. We'll need 2 barrels. You're gonna need a mix of funnels, shafts, and belts to get going. And we also need our deployers, which we only need 3 of for this. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and place some belts. Now while I could just leave it like that, I'm going to set it up so it just cycles around. So on the back here, it'll allow everything but the complete mechanism to just keep going around. Okay. Other than that, gets the basics of it. So over here we can use a regular funnel. And we can do the same there. And on the back here, we'll have a brass funnel. And then let's make a couple more of the regular funnels. It should be... make a couple of them because we will need them. Oh, and as you notice, I did add a memory feature to the backpack. So now everything has a spot in it. Then we'll have that going in, like so. So that's pretty much set for the most part, aside from powering it. And we also need to set our filters up here, which, let's take a look, because I don't remember. Actually, I can go right here. So it's small, large, iron nugget. So I got the iron nugget. We got the small, and we got the large. So and then once we get up to it, we'll put some storage containers up above to feed into these. But I'm not as worried about that at the moment. Okay, so now we have our power right here. And what we'll probably end up doing... oh, it is a gearbox. I didn't realize I put a gearbox there. Is it? No. Boy, that could have tricked me up. So now if we bring that down, and maybe... also, I'm not really worried about speeding some of these things up. Yeah, that's going the wrong way. Go figure. So... what I could actually do is just clear these then. There we go. Easy fix. Just gotta remember to put a sign there. So if it's coming in that way, so it's gonna be... let's go ahead and get our filters again. Small, large, iron nugget. So now, if I was to see, it would reverse the rotation in the gearbox. So we might be able to get away with doing. Yes. Although, I don't like how that looks. So what I might do... Well... Could move it out one and move that in the middle. I think that's what we're gonna do. Means another belt. Which, you know what? We are just gonna... This is the fun part, is figuring it out as you go. Because you want it to look good, but you also don't want it to be cluttered. Let's at least get it back up and running. Because that's kind of more important in this case. Because we want to at least have, I guess you could say, proof of concept. And I keep hitting the wrong key to open the backpack. But that gets our first machine, but we're gonna go check the power station real quick. Because I'm just curious to see. Okay, that's not bad. We only used like 300 on that one machine setup. We'll definitely be upgrading those steam engines to something different. Okay, so now this next one is gonna be the sturdy sheets. So we don't need to go with fanciness for the funnels. But I believe I need to press it. Is it once or twice? Let's see. I have to say I do like having this available for all the create components. So we'll pop into train casing, sturdy sheet. Oh, yeah, it is twice. So either I could set up 2 presses, or I think I might be able to get away with 1. It'd be the same amount of time, I would imagine. So, but I think first, let's get the belt in. And me what you guys think. Do you prefer barrels or the chests? In my opinion, I like the barrels. Just because they don't auto-combine. They look better. At least in my opinion. Remove that. So, what I might do is just steal the power off of that. That's still going the right way. And that just... I mean, I guess it works. We're raining. So if we're going this way, we gotta do the spout and then you have to route the power behind it. The spout's gonna have to go there with. Do I have a spout? I don't. So let's see. Should have. Here it is. Oh, that's simple. We just need dried kelp and the copper casing. Should take care of that. What I would like to do is go from here. Chain drive, that should... yeah. And then we need a place for storing lava. Eventually I will get it right. And hit the right button. So we're not going to need to store a lot, but we are going to want to power it. Might be able to do... coffee a little way. One more play. Put a pipe. And then the pump. Then you can put a cogwheel right on it. I don't imagine we're going to need more than that. But let's just go ahead and run up the score. That's good, yeah. That way there we'll find a way to source lava into that. And then I'll just pump right out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up changing my inventory button to be my backpack button. Just because most of the time I do have a backpack. But yeah, let's see what we're at for power use. We're still doing good. That's also at its current speed. So if I wanted to, I could put a rotational speed controller in. But for this stuff, I'm not necessarily looking to have quick speed processing. But if I find it's too slow to readdress that. That's 2 machines down. Now let's come over here and mechanical crafter. What do we need for that? Let's see. One of those things that you unfortunately need to do, but you're not going to necessarily use them all the time. So 1 crafting table, 1 casing, and 1 electron tube. This makes 3 of them. Go ahead. I'm going to need more crafting tables, so let's make those first. That should be enough. End up with a little extra. I'm not going to complain. I can find a use for them. Although I don't think I have enough electron tubes. Take rain. No, I did not bring any with me. Okay, so we're going to take a quick trip to the base. And now we can focus on this. Which is essentially going to be a 1-for-1 exchange almost. I'm actually going to start with this one right here. I do that way too much. You know what I just realized? The arrows on this go in the direction that you're looking. Always do that. And for some reason, always place a block in my hotbar and then try to place it immediately without switching to it. Oh yay, the rain stopped. So now, I think we have to move these all so that they all go out one side. I think. Let's see, let's ponder it. So it's an array. You can arrange the paths. All paths have to converge into one exit at one side. Okay. So, knowing that we're going to probably power it from this side, probably be easiest to just do that. So it should all come together, come down, and go over. And then I shouldn't need anything except for that. Now to power this. Which I think we're just gonna go right along the floor here. So let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see for one of our next projects. Because I would love to have some viewer suggestions. Because it will just make it a little bit more fun. And I love interacting with people here, so definitely would be worth it. Now, since we already have that in front, let's do that. Okay. Oh, and you know what? We also need... Let me grab just some wood for the moment. We need a way to force it. So, for example, if I were to take and fill this in like so, it's not going to automatically do it. But by forcing it together, well, it sends a redstone pulse that forces it to complete the operation. And we have a crafting table back. I did get worried for a second that that was not going to work. We'll probably change that out once we design the building. So now we got the basics set up. Because we can also utilize this for just pressing metal sheets. So, for example, just throw those right in. So that kind of does two things. But we're definitely going to probably end up speeding that up in the end. So we don't need another press setup. But while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and cover this for now. We gotta see how much power we're using now. Because I feel like that crafter just took most of it. Yeah, still not bad. I mean, obviously we're not running at a higher speed, but we might. And let's go ahead and encase that too, make it look nice. Because we're going to be keeping that set up for a while. So next is our storage, which I might have miscalculated a little bit. Pretty visual person, so doing something out of temporary blocks like dirt, or even more so like using wool. Let's see, so if you figure we'll have a chute there, it's gonna come to one. Probably gonna go like that. And we'll probably have to put a belt in or something. Do I do it with two below, or what? I'd rather have it like that. Yeah, no. Okay, so not sure how large we'll be able to make it. I think we can go one more. I don't imagine we're gonna really fill this Volta up, but that at least gives us plenty. And what I might do is do like a offload point here, and then we'll set up our stock keeper here. Let me see if I can go one more. Oh, you can. Okay. So that actually works. That should be big enough for everything we're gonna have in this area for the most part. Because we're not gonna be mass producing a lot of items, but we'll be producing a decent amount. Let's go ahead and turn that stuff back into the inventory. So we'll need a stock link, stock ticker, and a packager. again. Although, I think I need a second one of these, which is... yeah, let's make one. Because I think when I pull the items out, if I want it to be out of the cardboard box, I need a second one. So... almost makes me wish I was up one more now. Let's see what I have. Oh. Oh, look at that. I had some stone all set and ready. That actually might even be just enough. Almost enough. That's the one thing I like about this contraption. I can bring most of the stuff with me for a build. There we go. So now, what we can do is have a packager, and then chute that goes you can put a chute on like so, and then we'll grab another one of our favorite items, as I keep hitting the wrong keys on my keyboard. And we'll put a packager there. So now if I put a stock link on that, and we'll just put a temporary counter in. I think we're gonna use one of our blaze burners for this. Blaze burner will be center. Stock ticker there. Okay. Now we just need a way of putting items in, which essentially is that, just a little backwards. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. Definitely going to want a barrel to make it simple. Because we're not going to look to repackage change it. And it's just gonna be items, so. But the issue is it's not gonna connect. You know what? I saw this in a video, and I wonder, instead of using chutes or going for a belt, we will still need, we'll need to make another funnel set. And then, I don't think I put a depot in here, did I? Let's see, do I have the ability to make item drain, iron bars and copper casing? And we'll just go ahead and put that up there for now. So we should be able to put that right there. Have a funnel. No. Actually, we're gonna probably need 2 of those. So item drains have 2 unique features that I've seen. One of them is the ability to drain buckets. The other is the ability, which I don't know if it'll work like this, but we're gonna find out. Put some dirt in the system. No. Okay, so it doesn't change the direction. So what I could do, I don't know if it's gonna pull the item either. Nope. Okay, so it has to be straight on. Okay, so and I could always do it off to the side. That's gonna be our crushing wheels in the end, though. But then again, we might just put them right there. You know, we're gonna keep it simple. It's not gonna look nice at first, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work for the moment. And now if we come here, perfect. Actually, I know where we can put this. go ahead and just put it right behind. Hey. You know what? We'll figure out another spot for it. There we go. So we'll be able to start bringing stuff over and putting it away. Now we got the basics set up now. And we didn't use a lot of power. So I guess we're gonna move some more machinery over here. Probably set up a mixer. I think there's a few other things. We'll probably set up the railroad tracks too. Do it opposite of the others. But I'll bring you back in once I get some more of that machinery set up. And we'll start to look at our different choices for the palette for the building.